I'm the first person to take my dish up to the judges, and I'm still pumped. I'm still wired from what just happened. I think that they could really see that on my face as well. This is where you are playing as a team. You play as a team, and you all have to fit the puzzles together.
Come on, come on. Torts are up and waiting, yeah? We don't want these back. Michelle, that looks like yeah?
Yeah.
Look at that. Throw that away. Throw it away.
I ended up having Steve, the head chef, come over and say, here's how I want you to do it.
Now this, yeah? Watch. Just pulling it forward like that, and you're pushing it right on the side, right?
So after that, I start really nailing my dishes. They started looking better and better and better. Entrees up. I feel really proud.
Perfect, yeah?
Right. So I've seen everyone under the stress of having to get their dishes up, and now it's my turn.
Chef, first dessert's up.
Yes.
My first batch of fondants that came out looked perfect. They were just a little bit jiggly.
New order. Let's pick up 5 beef, 1 rare, 1 medium rare, 1 medium well, 1 well done.
It's so important to cook the meat as how it's ordered, because if I waste all this beef, it's going to get sent back and I'm going to run out of beef to serve for the rest of the day.
The beef fillet, how are you cooking that? Butter poaching it?
Yep, poaching it into the butter sauce.
You can understand why the chef is wanting to butter poach it. You know, it's a beautiful piece of meat. It's Angus beef. It's got a +8 score of marbling. With a quality product like that, you can't go wrong.
The sauce almost spoiled it for me, but the beef was very tender and juicy, so that made up for it, really.
It's not too salty or too flavoured. It's just a piece of barbecued beef, yeah.
The gravy or sauce has still got some powder. I was just asking whether chefs would mind if I actually took it home for the dogs, because I think they'd like it.
I've got to send back. There was powder in the sauce.
I get 1 or 2 dishes sent back.
Yeah, let's go. I need a medium rare beef now. Aiden, there's powder in the sauce. I need 1 up right now.
Right now. You start freaking out.
If I don't serve it right, they're going to throw it back. I'm going to have to cook it again, which slows down the whole service, and that affects everyone.
2 fondants, up!
Second batch of fondants come, serve them out. They look fine to me.
We had the chocolate torte, but it was just terribly burnt from the outside all the way in. And
it looked like it should have been really, really nice, but it's burnt. Sorry.
What's wrong with it? It's burnt. Oh.
So I'm plating a dish as usual, and then all of a sudden I hear, burnt fondants.
Okay, I need another fondant, yeah? They said the last one was burnt. Watch how you put it on the tray. If it's too hot at the bottom, it burns, okay?
I wanted to make Steve proud, and a burnt fondant isn't going to make Steve proud.
We need 1 right now.
You put so much effort into creating and making the dish so perfect, and someone's looked at it and told me it was burnt. It hurt.
Is that burnt?
Let's see it. No, that's good to go. That's perfect. Yeah, that's the way I want it.
Chef, new fondant is up.
Wait, that's the way. You gotta make sure someone sends it back, it has to be perfect, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want them to complain it twice.
Yes,
yeah,
chef.
go.
Happy with that?
Cool, yes. Strain it, and you're there. That is a good garnish, yeah?
The high point of service for me was either when I finally kind of really was getting my head around putting it together.
Guys, we're picking up the last table for entrees. 1 kingfish, 1 torte.
Another one?
Or when it was over.
Yeah. Thank you, thank you. That was exciting.
It's that's my dish. The entree service is over. I'm exhausted, relieved. It was just the most amazing rush I've ever had. Charlie?
Good work, good work. Good work, did well, did well.
Thank you.
Guys, it's 20-2, you heard it. Entree service is now over.
So I know that I need to pick up speed, and I know I need to be on my game. And the third batch of fondants that came out were falling over.
What's wrong?
They're all runny.
I lift the mould off the fondant and they totally collapse.
Look, they're too...
Oh, they're too runny.
And we put them in longer, they're too hard.
If the oven cools down, yeah, they're gonna take a little longer to cook.
Set.
Yeah.
That's batch number 3 and I really need to start getting them right.
Yeah, how long beef, how long pork? 5 minutes.
You up in the beef?
Yep, just getting the cheek.
Beginning of service, I was lost. You know, I didn't quite understand, you know, the calls for orders and things like that.
And this is the last 2 mains, guys. 4 beef, 2 medium rare, 2 medium, and 4 pork.
But once that clicked in for me, I really felt confident and I started to fire up.
Yeah. 2 pork, come in. And you helping us with dinner, right?
I'm glad it's all over, but at the same time, it was a real buzz.
Well, I don't think I've ever sweat that much in my life.
I know.
The fact that I've got through this whole service being an amateur chef, and it's a one-hat restaurant, which is no easy feat. I'm pretty proud of myself.
Yeah, I'm sort of the only one in here. It's gone really quiet.
By the end of service, I was going really great. At one point, I had 9 plates on the workbench at once. I felt like a machine.
Yum. I love it.
I was so happy and so relieved that all that hard work paid off.
Right, guys, it's 3:30. Service is over. Come forward, please. Come on.
Come on, Alex. Come on, Eamon. Brilliant job. Well done. I think you should all pat each other on the back. Yeah, fantastic. Well done.
Well done, guys. Well done.
So George and I are going to go and taste your dishes, decide who's cooked the best dish of the day, and of course, in the end, who has to leave the competition.
Everyone seems pretty happy, so we'll see what happens when it comes to judgment.
Service was over, but we had to plate up one final dish for the judges. Needless to say, it was the most important dish of the day. I'm the first person to take my dish up to the judges, and I'm still pumped. I'm still wired from what just happened. I think that they could really see that on my face as well.
So, Michelle, how did you find your first real day in a commercial kitchen?
I think it was the most intense experience I've ever had, but I loved it. My heart was just pumping the whole time.
OK, we better taste your dish before the sorbet melts. Let's go, George. Thanks, George. I think, to be honest, and I've eaten this dish before, I think the fish is cut really quite thick. I think it's a little bit too thick for me, you know, to really enjoy it, and not quite enough of the salad underneath for it to complement each other. That's the whole idea. Little piece of fish, a little bit of the salad, you know, all those little shreddy vegetables. Nice presentation. You've done well. I think you got better throughout the service, and obviously that last dish you put up, I think was probably the best one that I saw. Yeah. Some of them were a little bit ropey.
Is that a pip? Yeah. Lemon pips? Yeah, that's a shame, because your presentation's quite beautiful, flavour's there, seasoned well, but that does let it down.
I was so careful with my salads, and for all the dishes that I pumped out through that kitchen, the one that goes in front of the judges is the one with a lemon pip in it. Can I get any more unlucky?
You're emotional, and I've not seen you. You're like, I mean, I can see you welling. I mean, I can sense it.
Amazing. It's just that you're so pumped. I just wanted it to be perfect.
The balance of flavours is really important, and you've managed to achieve that. The cutting of the radish, cucumber has to be perfect. It is. The sorbet can't be too big because it's quite sweet, so there's a danger it will overpower everything, and your ratio was good. The only issue, other than that lemon pip, is the cutting of the fish.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle.
So I take my plate out to the judges, and there's just that horrible silence while you're waiting for them to tell you what they think.
You've got a giant smear of something down your left leg.
I know, I have. I don't know what it is. I think it's butter.
How did you go in the kitchen?
Not so well. I burnt a bunch of things, and yeah, it was a pretty stressful time. Very, very difficult.
Thank you. George, would you plate, please?
Sorry, there's only one scallop.
Thanks, George.
You've obviously done a great job to impress, you know, the number of people that you served. Lovely soft pasta, beautiful soft silky spanner crab, lovely little scallop, maybe a little bit too brown, but still cooked perfectly, and that lovely sage flavour that just bursts in your mouth when you eat it. It's a great dish. I think you've done a good job in putting that plate of food up.
Thank you.
You were the one under most pressure in that kitchen. You were cooking a la minute, to the minute, scallops in the pan, literally to the customer within seconds. Fabulous job. And yeah, you burnt lots, you undercooked some, you're braising them at times, but it's one of those things you've got to get into a rhythm of. And if you haven't cooked them, you know, day in, day out, wow.
And the whole point about the experience of going to a restaurant is what happens on the plate. I don't care how many scallops George or Gary have thrown away to get me that one perfect thing. The issue is their accountant ringing them up and saying you're going out of business. And you would send a lot of chefs bankrupt with that behaviour. But in terms of a dish, what you've managed to do is to take a great dish and put it in front of the customer in the best possible way. And as either of these guys as head chefs would tell you, that's what you want in your kitchen. Thank you, Kurt. You may leave.
Thank you.
Well done.